Welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack football on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's. Join Tim Parrish as he brings you the play-by-play of tonight's Lumberjack football game. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now we'll send it out to the field where Tim Parrish is waiting with the pregame show. And as always, go Lumberjack!
And welcome, Lumberjack fans. I think we finally got the little technical glitch we had, and it was user error on my side, so we should be good to go. And we are here in Kellogg, Idaho, as the Lumberjacks are here to take on the Wildcats in the 2A Central Idaho League matchup tonight. And JV game wrapping up just a few moments ago, 24-12, the Lumberjack JV boys fall to Kellogg. So we're going to see what the varsity boys can do when things get going here in a few minutes. We are a little bit behind, so we're just going to jump right into our interview that we had with head coach Craig Teft right off the bat. And we are here with head coach Craig Teft with our pregame interview before the Lumberjacks get set to take on the Central Idaho League opponent, Kellogg Wildcats, tonight. First, though, we'll talk a little bit about that game last week in Freeman, and I'm sure it's one that you guys have obviously as a team and stuff, you probably moved on from and wanted to forget it. But it was a tough one. Special teams had some issues again on that one. On the punting side of things, what did you see from a coach's perspective just of that game?
There's no sugarcoat it. We were bad. We were bad in everything. We were bad on offense. We were bad on defense. We were bad on special teams. We got out coached. We just were bad. I know that sounds brutal, but it's honest. And there was certainly learning lessons to be had. And we've had a good week of practice, and so hopefully we'll come out with a little more fire in our belly this week and see if we truly did learn a lesson from it.
All right. Looks like you did have a couple of guys that maybe got banged up a little bit. How are you from an injury standpoint this week?
We'll get one back, and then we'll have a couple sit out. So we're actually in pretty good shape. I mean, we're going to miss those two kids that don't get to play, but aside from that, we're healthy and ready to go.
All right. And you kind of mentioned it a little bit already in the first question, but like I said, there was a fair bit of negative in that game. But what are some of the positives that you tried to take away from it?
Well, I think one of the positives most certainly was a little bit of an attitude adjustment at halftime and how we came out, and the effort we played with in the second half was much better. And that was kind of the point, is we can't come out and get punched in the face and then have the deer in the headlight look and then try and recover from it right away. And so kids woke up in the second half and played a much cleaner, better second half.
All right, we're talking with head coach Craig Teft, St. Mary's Lumberjack football, as they prepare to take on the Kellogg Wildcats. We'll take a break and be back with more.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from P1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, and no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
We're back with head coach Craig Teft, and we're in third week already of football, and it's already league action with taking on the Kellogg Wildcats, which, in the past obviously isn't something you've equated to league action, but they are now. They have the Luna twins at quarterback and wide receiver. How dangerous is that duo?
Oh, they're explosive. They're not someone that you shut down. You just hope to contain and maybe get them to do something uncharacteristic and maybe get them to turn the ball over, steal a possession. But yeah, they're a good-looking team on film. They're explosive. They're athletic. That'll be a huge challenge for us.
And it doesn't look like I've looked at their stats off of Max Preps. They don't run the ball much. Their leading rusher is their quarterback. He had 158 yards rushing, I think it was, on the season. Let me see here. It seemed the key to the game is going to be limiting their passing attack, and how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, and what's interesting about him being the leading rusher is those aren't designed runs. Those runs are just him taking off because something's not open downfield. Their offense reminds me a lot of people might get this reference, they may not, but the old Warren Moon Houston Oilers run and shoot. They just throw, and then they throw some more. So, yeah, there'll be a lot of passes thrown by them, and it's going to be our job to try and limit explosive big plays and tackle in space.
All right, final question: win or lose, what do you want to see from the Jacks tonight?
Well, we got to have a better effort. We got to come out with a better effort. We got to be able to run the ball and sustain drives. We can't have negative plays. And if we're able to do that and get some stops on defense, should be a lot of fun. But again, easier said than done.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time tonight. Good luck. And you usually say it, go Jacks.
Yep, you bet. Go Jacks.
That's been our interview with head coach Craig Teft. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of our pregame.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from T1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirement. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
Yeah, we are back, and I've got some fixing to do on my commercial set up here because it keeps, I don't know what happened, but it keeps replaying the first commercial. I apparently did something to reset that button for my spot. So things going a little bit awry this evening here in Kellogg. I will get that fixed here in just a little bit, and we will move on from there. I hope I can get it fixed in these settings on here. In any case, we're going to take a quick look at the 2A Central Idaho League. The Kellogg Wildcats are on top of that league as far as records are concerned right now. They have a 2-1 record. They did lose last week at Deer Park by a score of 7-0. The Priest River Spartans on a 1-1 record on the season. They lost 62-0 at Newport last week, and they are currently going to be at, let's see here. They are going to be at a taking on a Washington school, Manson High School, on the 17th. They are 21st in the power rankings. The Lumberjacks come into tonight's game 0-2. They lost at Freeman 41-6 last week. 22nd in the power rankings. Grangeville 0-3 on the year. They lost 50-14 to Weiser. They host New Plymouth and they are 20th in the power rankings. Orofino is 0-3. They lost 78-0 at Melba. They are in their bye week, and they are 18th in the power rankings. Taking a look at the polls and power rankings, the Idaho Sports Power Rankings has North Fremont at number 1, Wendell at number 2, Westside at number 3, Coal Valley Christian at number 4, and Kellogg at number 5. In the coaches poll, it has Westside, North Fremont, Bear Lake, Kellogg, and Melba, 1 through 5. In the media polls, it's Westside, North Fremont, Kellogg, Bear Lake, and Aberdeen, 1 through 5. And the rating that means the most, Max Preps, that's how they seed state tournaments and stuff now. Westside number 1, North Fremont number 2, Bear Lake number 3, and Melba and Firth are 4 and 5. We will take another break, and we will come back with more. And I do apologize, but this is going to be the same 3 commercials we just heard because I have to get some settings reset properly, and I think I just got them done. So, here we go.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from T1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, and no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Tim Parrish back here at Kellogg, at the Kellogg football field. I think it's Petersfield, I think is the name of it, if I recall correctly. But anyways, we're here in Kellogg, and it's going to be a high-energy night, as tonight is the Wildcats' homecoming night. So Lumberjacks in here hoping to steal and kind of spoil their homecoming a little bit and get a win here this evening in Kellogg on the road. Taking a look at some statistics here for the Lumberjacks early season. They are 0-2 on the year. Averaging just 6 points per game. They've had 6 points in their first 2 games. They're averaging 143 yards per game with 34 yards passing and 108 yards on the ground per game. Only 5 yards per completion and just 3 yards per carry. Both numbers I'm sure Coach Tepp would like to see improved upon here tonight. They've had 4 big plays on the season. Those are plays that are over 20 yards. They've only had 1 turnover. They've lost 1 fumble. 3rd down conversions, 3 of 23 for just 13%. 4th down conversions, 5 of 12 for 42%. Offensive leaders so far, Trey Gibson, he has 31 receptions and 137 yards. Or no, not receptions. He's a running back, sorry. Trey Gibson Jr., 31 carries, 137 yards, No touchdowns for Trey, but he does have 4 yards per rush, 69 yards per game. Jared Badgett leading on the receiving side of things, 5 receptions, 36 yards, no touchdowns, 7 yards per reception, and 18 yards per game. So those numbers kind of low. And again, some more things that I'm sure they want to see improved on here this evening. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with a look at the Lumberjack defense on the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
And we are back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff here from Kellogg High School, or Kellogg football fields. I am Tim Parrish as Lumberjacks are out warming up. The Wildcats have huddled around their coach on the far sideline. Taking a look at the defense for the Lumberjacks, not bad numbers, honestly. They have allowed just 27 points per game and just 129 yards total per game. So not bad numbers at all, just 71 yards passing and 58 yards rushing. That passing defense for the Lumberjacks tonight will be tested by a Kellogg team that throws the ball around an awful lot. Third down conversions, 3 of 17 for opposing teams, just 18%. Fourth down conversions, 2 of 6 for just 33%. The Lumberjacks, like I said, have not turned the ball over. Well, they turned the ball over once. Lumberjacks have not forced any fumbles or gotten any interceptions just yet. They have allowed 4 big plays on the season. They have sacked the opposing quarterback 5 times, so they've been able to get after the quarterback, something I'm sure they'll want to look at tonight, hopefully, to be able to do. Senior Ethan Kohler, one of the leading defensive players on the team so far this year, 9 tackles, 2.5 sacks to his credit. Trace Wicks, a senior, 7 tackles and 1 sack, and Jared Badgett, another senior, with 5.5 tackles for the Lumberjacks on the early part of the season. We'll take another break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we are back here in Kellogg, Idaho. Lumberjacks getting ready to take on the Wildcats in 2A Central Idaho League action. Not used to having a league game just 3 games into the season, but the league this year is a 5-league team with the Wildcats and the Priest River Spartans dropping down to the 2A level with St. Mary's, Orofino, and Grangeville. Lumberjacks had a tough game last Friday at Freeman. They lost that game 41-6 to the Scotties. Special teams, specifically punting, was a bit of an issue again for the Lumberjacks, or some bad snaps, some bad protection. Led to 2 blocked punts that were recovered and returned for touchdowns in favor of the Scotties. The offense had a little bit of trouble getting rolling as well. They did get some things moving in the second half. The Scotties, though, they are a very good team. and it was just a tough night overall for St. Mary's. They've been a tough opponent for the Lumberjacks the 3 times I can recall we played them. It's been about a 40-something to 6 game just about every time that we have went up against Freeman, so they're a really tough opponent. The Jacks did try to get a little bit more going in the passing game. Things just weren't quite in sync for them to be effective, so they did have to try to rely more so on the ground game. Tonight, the Jacks secondary on defense will be tested. The Kellogg Wildcats passing attack, they have already almost 1,000 yards passing on the season. That's just 3 games. The Luna twins, Colby and Ripley, are a tough duo to hold in check out there on the field. If the Jacks can slow them down a bit, it could be a pretty interesting game. I do expect the Lumberjacks to probably try to establish the running game tonight to try to control the clock and keep the ball out of Kellogg's hands. Speaking of the Kellogg Wildcats, like I said, 2A Central Idaho League, they are in District 1. They are 2-1 on the season. They lost 7-0 at Deer Park last week. They were 6-3 last year in the 3A ranks. They're coached by Dan Davidian in his 3rd year. And here's some of their key returners with some of their stats. Ripley Luna, the senior quarterback, he had 2,597 yards last year passing with 37 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. So very quality quarterback there on the Wildcat side of the field. Colby Luna, their wide receiver, he's a senior. And those two are twins. They kind of have a twin connection, it seems like, on occasion. He had 55 receptions last year with 1,082 yards, 16 touchdowns. And then there's Varick Meredith, the senior. He's a wide receiver and a linebacker. He had 16 receptions last year, I believe it was, with 172 yards. Actually, I think that's his stats from this year, and 2 touchdowns. So that's a little bit of that. I already mentioned that the Lumberjacks will have their hands full tonight with the 2 Luna twins. Ripley, the quarterback, has already thrown for 910 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He has also ran for 158 yards. He accounts for pretty much all of the Wildcats' rushing yards. Their running back only had about 12 or 13 yards, if I recall right, in the stats. His brother, Colby, has 30 receptions on this season already for 634 yards and 8 touchdowns. That's just in 3 games. They are not the only threats that they have, however. They do have Varick Meredith. We mentioned his 16 receptions for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns this year. He's also a defensive threat for Kellogg with 29 solo tackles on the season, 51 total tackles and 1 sack. Already mentioned that the Jacks will have to slow down the passing attack if they want to stay in this game tonight. They're not going to be able to give up the big shots here this evening. Last year, the Jacks fell to the Wildcats here in Kellogg by a score of 32-0. And as I mentioned earlier, the Wildcats have a lot of motivation tonight. It is their homecoming, and it is also a league matchup. We are 7 minutes till the opening kick. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with a look at the upcoming sports schedule for your Lumberjacks.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
And we are back here with the final segment here for our Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to kick off, and this is the upcoming sports schedules and some of the results from those. The Lumberjack girls and boys soccer teams, they played on Wednesday. They hosted Coeur d'Alene Charter. Lumberjack girls lost 8-0, and the boys tied with Charter 1-1. The Jacks soccer teams host St. George High School out of Washington tomorrow, noon for the girls, 2 o'clock for the boys. So be sure to head out and cheer on the Lumberjack soccer teams. Next week, the soccer team will host Priest River That's the 21st of next week, and the game times are 4 o'clock for the girls, 6 o'clock for the boys. Then next Saturday, it is senior night for soccer, and it'll be Grangeville coming to town, and those games, once again, noon for the girls, 2 o'clock for the boys. Volleyball, they've started off pretty strong this season. They beat Kellogg, I believe, this last week. They also beat Orofino. They are at Grangeville tomorrow, and there's been a time change or something, or maybe a misprint, just in case you were not aware. Grangeville, or Lumberjack volleyball at Grangeville, JV at 10, varsity at 11:30, I believe, is that schedule. They will be at Timberlake next week on the 20th, and then on the 24th, they will be at the Linda Sheridan Classic tournament. That is next Saturday. Lumberjack football next week. We'll be back at home. It'll be homecoming for the Lumberjacks. They're going to be hosting the Timberlake Tigers. The Vandals tomorrow will host the Drake Bulldogs. That kickoff is at noon. We're going to try to get that game on the air, considering we do have soccer as well tomorrow to go and watch. The Seahawks will be at San Francisco on Sunday. That's a 1:15 kickoff. We'll have that game on the air. And Boise State will host Tennessee Martin on Saturday. That game is a 1 o'clock kickoff. So that's just an upcoming look at your schedules. We'll take a break. We'll come back with, about the start of the first quarter of play.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler drops in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jack.
And we are back here at, and I think I called it Peters Field, or I think it's actually Teeters Field is what it is. In any case, here in Kellogg, Lumberjacks have came out onto the field. Wildcats now coming out with cheers of their crowds, and the Lumberjack fans rolling in deep here. We're really going to be packing up these two itty-bitty bleachers that we have visiting side, and beyond, it looks like we got a good crowd here this evening for Lumberjack football taking on the Wildcats. If you know, you know that back in the days, this was a big rivalry between these two schools. And honestly, even after St. Mary's went down to the 2A level, they were still a pretty heavy rivalry game, even though they were not league games or anything like that. So expect this game to be even more high energy this evening, considering the fact that it is a league game now. We'll take a quick look, and I'm going to give you starters for the Wildcats as far as their defense is concerned. At defensive back, it's the number 2, Ripley Luna, the 6'2", 205-pound senior. At defensive back as well, the number 7, Ramsey Rainio, 5'10", 175-pound junior. Barrick Meredith, number 11, the 6'3", 220-pound linebacker. He's a senior. And Colby Luna, looks like we're doing national anthem, so we will take a moment.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than in everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
Now we are back as they got done with the national anthem here And Lumberjacks lined up here. They are in their road white and white uniforms with green numbers, black pants. The Wildcats in purple jerseys with gold pants for their home uniform. And let's see if I can get back to these starters. I would think I left off with Varick Meredith. The next starter on defense for the Wildcats is number 22, Dayton Bauer. He's a 5'10", 160-pound linebacker. The next starter is number 33, Jaden Bauer. He's a 5'8", 150-pound junior linebacker. Then on the defensive line, you've got Tanner Lee, number 53, 6'3", 205 senior. He's defensive line. Also on defensive line, 6'1", 255-pound senior. The number 55 of Gabe Genesek. And let's see, linebacker, number 84, Jace Garcia. He's a 5'7", 170-pound senior. And then the final lineman is James King, number 88, 6 foot, 165-pound senior for the Wildcats. Lumberjacks, their starting offense pretty much looks like this. You've got Jared Badgett, number 2. He's the 5'10 senior wide receiver. Then you've got the number 5 of Dylan Holder, 6 foot, 175-pound senior quarterback. The number 6 of Trace Wicks, 5'9", 155-pound senior wide receiver. Usually starting is number 22, Tyler Renner. He is not here tonight. He is out with an injury. Trey Gibson, the number 23, he's a 5'11", 190-pound junior running back. Ethan Kohler, he's a 5'9", 160-pound senior running back. He's number 32. On the line, I do believe, if I have this right, the Riley Abel, number 65, 5'10", 230-pound junior. Carson Thorhog, he's his number 68, 5'10", 185-pound senior. Jordan Korn, number 69, a 5'11", 265-pound senior. Jackson Nantel, the 6'3", 255-pound junior. And then at tight end, it's the number 99 of Tristan Hill, 6'6", 210-pound senior. Once again, the tight end. So that is roughly the Lumberjack starters and the Wildcat defensive starters for the evening. Wildcats are getting introduced for the starters officially out on the field. So we'll take one more quick break while they get the starters announced.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we are back. Lumberjack captains have headed out to midfield. We've got Dylan Holder, Landon Warren, Jordan Korn, and Tristan Hill out there for the Lumberjacks, representing as the team captains for the coin toss. Can't see the Wildcats. They are on the other side of the Lumberjacks. I can't give you their captains for the evening. Wait and see what we get here for the coin toss. They go over some quick ground rules, showing the both sides of the coin. Lumberjacks, it looks like they won the toss. Lumberjacks will receive it, looks like, and they will defend the west side of the field while the Wildcats will defend the east. So the Wildcats will go left to right on the radio dial, St. Mary's right to left, and the Lumberjacks will be on offense first. So interesting to see. I think the Lumberjacks, I think they won the toss, but a lot of times they will defer to the second half. So we will get things rolling here in just a moment. See who the kicker is for the Wildcats. For the Lumberjacks on the return game, I believe it will be the number 2 of Jared Badgett, the number 23 of Trey Gibson, and that is the return men. Never know if Coach has to change things up a little bit here and there. Throws me off. Let's see who the kickoff guy is for the Wildcats. Looks to actually be the number 15 of Colby Luna. Luna checks out his line for the kickoff and moves back, gets ready for the opening kick here from Teeters Field in Kellogg, Idaho. Badgett, Gibson back deep. The kick is off. It's a kind of a wobbly kick. It's going to take a bounce at about, well, it took a bounce down about the 18 or 16 yard line. Trace Wicks is the one who scoops it up and picks up a few yards with that return. He gets the ball up to the 23. So that's where the Lumberjacks will start on offense. 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Lumberjacks in their huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. They look like they have got no wide receivers out. Looks like the old-fashioned wedge formation. Holder under center. The snap, it's going to be a run. And there's going to be a pretty good gain on that run. Trey Gibson just totally pummeling a Wildcat player there. And it was a keeper by Holder, and that was a big gain for Lumberjacks to start things off with. Actually a first down, so it was about probably an 11 or 12-yard pickup. Up to the 33-yard line. They're calling it, I guess, just about exactly a 10-yard run. So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks up to the 33-yard line on their own side of the field. Kind of what I've expected possibly to see here would be see the Lumberjacks do a lot of run game. They want to chew up clock. They want to keep possession. They do not want to give the Wildcats an opportunity, too many opportunities offensively. So it's the same formation. Still in that wedge formation. It's a handoff this time. Big hole opens up. Not sure who the ball carrier was just yet. I think it was Trey Gibson. And he's going to take that ball up to, it looks like, the 40. So right now the Lumberjacks getting some good push. Looks like they actually got that up to about the 41-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards for Gibson on first down. Brings up second and about 2 yards to go for the Lumberjacks. Coming off the field for St. Mary's, number 8, it's Wesley Vanderrob, the 5'10", 180 junior running back. Making some substitutions out there. Back up the line of scrimmage, same formation. Lumberjacks in what they affectionately call the wedgie. Everybody in tight, no wide receivers. And they're going to get the Wildcats to possibly jump off. They got the Wildcats pointing at St. Mary's pointing at the Wildcats. And let's see, Lumberjacks look like they might be backing up. So they might have called it the other way, and they did. It's going to be a pre-snap penalty on the Lumberjacks, and they are going to march it back 5 yards on the false start. I did think I seen one of those interior linemen for Lumberjacks twitch out there on the as well, and then the Wildcat jumped off at the same time. 2nd and 7 for the Lumberjacks now. Back to the 36-yard line, their own 36. Back up to the line of scrimmage in that same formation. Everybody's sucked in tight. Snap. It's going to be a run right up the middle again. Good push on the pile, trying to get some blocks to open up, and Holder is just powering forward, and he carries out all the way across the 50 into Wildcat territory, and he just was fighting for every yard he could get. Nice run by Dylan Holder up to about the 49-yard line, more like the 47-yard line of the Wildcats, and it's a first down for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks 1st and 10 from the Wildcats' 47-yard line. I don't think you'll see St. Mary's shift out of this formation right now. It is working pretty good for them. The Wildcats having some trouble. Back up the line of scrimmage, same formation. Lumberjacks can do a lot of different things out of this formation. Handoff this time. Gibson, he's trying to get the edge, finds some room to run, lowers the boom on a Kellogg defender, carries it down across the 40-yard line, down to about the 39. Punishing run by Trey Gibson. About a 9-yard pickup for Gibson. Down to the Kellogg 38. Trey Gibson comes out for a little breather after that. Gets some kudos from Coach Teft. Hard running there by the junior running back. Back up the line of scrimmage, near hash mark for the Lumberjacks, into that same formation. Once again, down in the wedgie, under center's Holder. He's going to take the snap, pushes forward, good push on it. And you just cannot see where Holder is in the pile, and he broke loose again. And that's another big pickup for the Lumberjacks. I'm going to have to wait and see where they put the new down on the board, because we're kind of low here on the field. We can't really quite see that great, so that's up to the Kellogg 27-yard line. It is another Lumberjack first down. 1st and 10, up to the Kellogg 27. Lumberjacks drive continues. Very nice opening drive for the Lumberjacks here on offense. Up the line of scrimmage, same formation once again. Holders under center. No wide receivers spread out, everybody in tight. Takes a snap, hands it off. It's Gibson that gets the edge for a second. That's going to be a short run, but still a good pickup of about 2 or 3 yards. Call it a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks try to get the Wildcats to all bite inside on that play, and then they try to pop it out around the edge. That time didn't quite pick up the yardage they would hope. Same formation. Holders under center. Little pitch out to Ethan Kohler. He gets the edge. Nice run for Kohler. He does get finally brought down by the number 2 of Luna, but that's another decent pickup for the Lumberjacks. That'll bring up 3rd and I believe short. And that ball is down. It shows on the scoreboard to the 16-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. 1st and 10 down to the Kellogg 16. Lumberjack drive continues here. And they're definitely chewing time off that clock. They're already halfway through the first period of play. Ground and pound and clock control for the Lumberjacks here. Under center is Holder. Snap, pitches it out to Gibson. Gibson cuts up, powers through the contact, and it's right up to the goal line. I think he's just short of the end zone. Actually, it says on the scoreboard that they only made it up to the 6-yard line. So it was enough for a first down. 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks from the 6. They've got 4 chances here to punch it in. And then the surprise here tonight, St. Mary's gets this into the end zone. New kicker for the Lumberjacks out here for field goals and extra points. Lumberjacks in that same formation, going to be a Holder carry, and that's just pushing the pile. Finally, the Wildcats got a little bit of footing. I think they held them short. Got him up to the 3-yard line. I could almost expect from here St. Mary's to do that same exact play again, as they're getting a few yards every time when they give it to Holder, and they don't need but 3 yards for pay dirt. 2nd and 3 from the, or 2nd and goal from the 3 for the Lumberjacks. Holder under center, wedge formation. Snaps it. They are going to pitch it out this time to Gibson. Gibson does get the edge. Does he get into the end zone? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Trey Gibson from 3 years out, the junior running back, gets his first score of the season. And they chewed off half of that clock. So that new kicker out there for the Lumberjacks is Grayson Sands. He is the goalkeeper for the soccer team. I haven't even added him into my roster yet here. And the kick is up and through. So I believe Sands is the number 25. And the kick is up and good. Lumberjacks take the 7-0 lead in the first quarter. 5:22 to go in that first quarter. And we will be back.
St. Joe Potty Huts in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. St. Joe Potty Huts is a portable restroom rental RV pump service in Benoit County, also serving Shoshone and Kootenai counties. So for your next large gathering, wedding, family reunion, birthday party, or maybe you're having a remodel done and you need some extra facilities, call St. Joe Potty Huts at 245-4887. 245-4887. St. Joe Potty Hut says, go Lumberjacks!
Yeah, we are back. Lumberjacks lead 7-0, 5:22 to go. First quarter of play. Lumberjacks took off over half of the first quarter of time on that long extended drive. And it does look like, I was curious, I wasn't sure, but it is going to be Grayson Sands actually doing the kickoffs as well for the Lumberjacks. So Grayson will line up his guys at the 40. It's going to be interesting to see what the Lumberjacks do here because I've never really seen Grayson do kickoffs. I've seen a couple years ago when he might have been freshman year when he did some kicking for the football team. I don't remember him doing kickoffs, but we'll see. See what the Lumberjacks have up their sleeves. It's a league game, so nothing is off the table here. See if they try an onside or Sands approaches the ball. It's a little squib kick. It's going to take a hop, a big hit. That was a big hit by Trey Gibson as he just barreled over Jaden Bauer for the Wildcats trying to draw that ball loose, and Bauer did a good job of holding on to it. That ball is going to be placed at about the 46-yard line. Jaden Bauer, number 33. The tackle by Trey Gibson. So just got done our pregame saying that the Cats don't run it very much. Well, they start right off with a run by Dayton Bauer. I did not see who made the tackle. It was a pickup of about 4 yards for St. Mary, or for the Wildcats. Wildcats have, looks like a 3 or 4 wide receiver set. Luna Ripley is in the shotgun. He's got a running back flanked out behind him. Calls a man in motion. That's the brother Colby. Going to take the snap, looks to throw, going deep down the sideline, and is going to be caught by Luna. And he's going to not make it into the end zone. He's tackled out of bounds by Jared Badgett. So that there is a flag in the backfield. So the roughing the passer against St. Mary's. I believe that would just be a declined penalty. So I'm not going to worry about putting it into my stats. Oh, I did not put our tackler in there. So it's first and goal from the 6 for the Wildcats. Man in motion. The snap. And the quarterback keeper. And it looks like Ripley Luna is stopped, maybe just short. Gain of... Ball is on the 1. See what the Lumberjack defense can put together here to hold the Wildcats out of the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. Going to be a pass. Zips out and down to the corner. It is caught by the number 11 of Varick Meredith for the Wildcat touchdown. So the Lumberjacks took their time running their plays, and they got a lot of time off the clock. The Wildcats strike quickly for their touchdown going the other way. 3:44 to go in the first quarter of play. Wildcats are going to kick. Kicker for Kellogg is Dayton Bauer. The holder, actually, no, it does look like they're not kicking it. It is going to be a run by the quarterback as Ripley Luna, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a pass play and he ended up running it in on a scramble or not, but it is good. So the Wildcats take the lead with 3:44 to go. First quarter of play. It is 8-7 in favor of Kellogg. We'll be back.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from P1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirement. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
And we are back. So far, good ball game. 3/4 of the way through the first period of play. Lumberjacks trail it 8-7. Instead, the Lumberjacks took about 7 minutes off the clock. The Wildcats scored in about 2. Quick strike offense for Kellogg. Colby Luna to kick off. Back deep for Lumberjacks is Gibson and Badgett. Kick is off. It's a deep boot at about the 10-yard line by Gibson. Gibson tries to get the edge, and he's going to bring it up, but not a bad return. I got to wait until, like I said, until they place the ball on the. Wait until they put the ball. The 20-yard line is where he got to with that return. So a 10-yard return for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks probably come back out in that same formation. I would not be surprised at all right now, as it was effective in that first drive. Lumberjacks in the wedge. Holder under center. Going to have the handoff, and that's going to be met in the backfield this time, as that was Trey Gibson on the carry. Looked like a loss of about 1, maybe half a yard on that one. We'll just call it a 1-yard loss, because obviously my stats doesn't offer a half-yard loss. Lumberjacks in their huddle once again. 3 minutes and counting in the first quarter of play. 8-7, Kellogg Wildcats leading. Lumberjacks back into the wedge, I believe. Going to take the snap. It's a pitch out to Kohler, and Kohler gets a nice little run there. He's finally met and brought down. It looked like the number 33 of Jaden Bauer, and we're going to get a late flag. And I believe from the cheers from our crowd that that's going to be something against the Wildcats. So I'm not sure what the penalty was. Unsportsmanlike or something, I would imagine, afterwards. But it's probably going to be a 15-yard mark-off. It's all the way up to the 15, it looks like. We'll call it unsportsmanlike. Added to it. Lumberjacks have the ball 1st and 10 from, I believe, the Wildcat 30, or from the Lumberjack 39-yard line, I believe is where they are. In that wedge formation. And the snap. I believe it's Gibson gets the edge. He's got blockers in front of him. Doing a good job of following that blocker was Gibson. And that ball is going to be brought up to the 49 of St. Mary's. Gain of about 8 yards for Gibson. Brings up 2nd and 2 for the Lumberjacks. Personnel change as Kohler goes in, Vanderrob comes out. Lumberjacks up to the line of scrimmage. Got the down marker right in front of me at the moment, so into the wedge for St. Mary's. 1:31 to go, first quarter. St. Mary's trails 8-7 to the Wildcats. Handoff to Gibson. Gibson powers forward. I think he's got the first down. I think it was Gibson with the carry. St. Mary's takes it into Wildcat territory down to about the 48-yard line. Pick up of 4 yards for the Lumberjacks. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 48. 1:12 to go, first quarter. Lumberjacks trail at 8-7. Lumberjacks, though, already putting together a nice sustained drive. Just trying to control that ball. I think that's why they actually took the opening kickoff, because they wanted to be able to try to run as much time off the clock and score first. And it could put them in the position to have that final possession. Lumberjacks into the wedge. Holder checks over the line. It's going to be a pitch to Gibson. Gibson jumps over a couple guys, keeps his feet. He's carrying Colby Luno with him. And he's finally brought down, probably a 4 or 5 yard gain by Gibson. And that's actually a 5 or 6 yard gain for Gibson on first down. 2nd and 4 for the Lumberjacks from the Wildcat 42-yard line. 20 seconds on the clock. And Coach Teff says, we're going to let that clock run out. There's no need to push to get a play up. We're trying to eat time here. So we'll take a quick break as the first quarter comes to an end. 8-7, Wildcats lead, Lumberjacks on the drive.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for the home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
And we are back. Lumberjacks back to the line of scrimmage, getting ready for that first play of the second quarter. St. Mary's lead the trails 8-7 to the Wildcats. Lumberjacks in that bunch formation. They pitch out to Gibson. Gibson has some good blockers, gets to the edge, runs over a Wildcat for an extra couple of yards down inside the 35-yard line. Actually, that was all the way down to the 29-yard line, a gain of 13 for Trey Gibson. Another Lumberjack first down. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Ball on the Wildcat 29-yard line. Lumberjacks break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Wedge formation. Holder checks out, make sure everybody's in the right spot. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, powers forward. Nice gain by Holder up the middle. Up to the 24-yard line, a gain of 5 for Holder. One interesting thing about that setup and that formation is when you run like that into a big bunch, it makes it harder for the officials to see if there's any holding or anything going on, too. 2nd and 5 for the Lumberjacks from the Wildcat 24-yard line. In the wedge, going to be that pitch out to, I believe it was Gibson, and that time He's going to get tripped up by Jaden Bauer. Might have been a short gain. Down to 23, gain of 1, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Lumberjacks. They're in 4-down territory here, plus side of the field. So they will go for it on 4th down at this point. Break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. I would expect eventually the Lumberjacks to maybe throw out of this formation as well. They get the Wildcats so bit into that run. They're going to get that one out to Ethan Kohler. He slips inside of a tackler, and I think he's got enough for the 1st down. And he does. That ball all the way down to the 17-yard line. 6-yard pickup for the senior Ethan Kohler. Don't got to worry about 4th down then. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks down to the 17 of Kellogg. Early 2nd quarter. Lumberjacks trail it 8-7. Lumberjacks struck first. Wildcats struck fairly quickly on their first possession. Roughly 3 plays to get into the end zone for the Wildcats. Wedge formation once again. Holder under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Gibson. Gibson finds a crease, gets his blocks. He's down to the inside the 5. He's dragging guys with him. He's finally forced out of bounds, probably at the 1-yard line. He said from this position, it's hard to see where they are. Down to the 3-yard line. That was a pickup of 14 for Trey Gibson. Lumberjacks knocking on the door. Lumberjacks break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. Wouldn't be surprised if Holder doesn't keep this one up the middle. Snap. Holder keeps pushing the pile. That's got to be into the end zone for the touchdown, and it is. Lumberjacks strike again, reclaiming the lead on the 3-yard touchdown run by Dylan Holder. 9:13 to go before halftime. Lumberjacks line up for that extra point. Grayson Sands out there, ready to go. The holder is, well, that's pretty fitting. The holder is Holder. Dylan Holder doing the holding duties here on the extra point. The snap. That kick is off and a line drive. What a boot by Grayson Sands. That thing went out into the parking lot. They might wish they had a net out there because that ball ended up in the street, went right through the trees. The score now, 14-8, Lumberjacks on top of the Wildcats with 9:13 to go in the half. We'll be back.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Grayson Sands set to kick off for the Lumberjacks. His first night on the gridiron. Like I said earlier, he's typically a soccer player. He's the goalkeeper for the Lumberjacks, and a heck of a goalkeeper he is. Heck of a kicker in general. Onside kick attempt again. That one is covered up by the number 30. I think it was 37. It must have been 33. Lumberjacks trying to steal a possession here. That one just crossed to the 49, I believe. No return. 9:11 to go before halftime. Wildcats with their second possession. They've got a 3 or 4 wide receiver set. Man goes in motion. Going to be a low snap. Ball's on the ground. And getting back there to keep the ball on the ground is going to be the 99 of Tristan Hill. Dayton Bauer had to get on that on the bad snap. That was a loss of 6 or 7 yards. So the Wildcats starting in the hole, 2nd and 17. Going to be a quick throw out to the flat to Luna, and he's going to drop it, and they're going to kind of a late whistle there, but the Lumberjacks were going after it thinking it might have been a backwards pass. It was not. The whistle was finally blown, but it was incomplete. Trying a little quick hitch out into the flat here, near side. So it is 3rd down and long for the Wildcats. 2 receivers to the near side. Looks like 2 receivers to the top of the formation, and we're going to get a flag, and it might be marching the Wildcats back another 5. Yes, it is. So Wildcats having a little bit of issues right now. Make it 3rd and about 22 yards for the Wildcats. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side, 1 running back in the backfield with Ripley Luna. Luna in the shotgun. Takes that snap. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure. He's going to escape the pressure. Now it's a throw across the middle, and it is caught. I believe it was caught by Colby Luna. He is short of the first, but it is probably going to be a go-for-it situation is where they are. That ball was up to the 42. Did not see who it was on the tackle for the Lumberjacks. So it's 4th and 1. It was a pickup of 21 yards or something like that. Jared Badgett on the tackle. The snap. Luna is going to take it back. It might have been kind of a design draw play. Or that's Ripley Luna, actually. He's going to get the first down on what did appear to be maybe a draw play. Get the Lumberjack sinking pass, and that is going to be up to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain by Ripley Luna for the Wildcats. So it's 1st and 10 on the Lumberjack side of the field. This drive taking a little bit longer for the Wildcats, though. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. 1 running back for Kellogg. Shotgun formation, takes the snap. Luna's looking a quick hitch, and he was wide open with Colby Luna, but that ball dropped. It was a little bit low. He might have heard footsteps as he had the number 7 of Brock Anderson coming in on him. That brings up 2nd and 10. Back to that same formation, 4 wide receivers. Wide receiver on the far side looks like he was trying to get what the play was. The snap, it's low, and he's going to just pick it up and run with it. Looks for room, and he's going to pick up a few yards before being brought down. Wesley Vanderrob was in there on that tackle, as was Tristan Hill. Or I think that, Damien. Pick up a 5. Wildcats quickly back into their formation. Again, looks like the same 4 receiver set. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Spread formation just about every time. They're going to take the snap, and we're going to get a whistle here and a pre-snap offsides on the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Should give the Wildcats a first down. 1st and 10 down to the Lumberjack 25-yard line. So again, this drive taking a little bit longer than the first one for Kellogg, but they are marching down the field. 3 receivers this time to the near side, 1 to the top of the formation. Sometimes they will run like a screen out of this play. Ripley in the shotgun. Dayton Bauer lined up next to him, takes the snap a little bit low, but not all the way low. Going to get that pressure again. He does escape it. He's looking for Meredith. Diving catch at about the 1-yard line. Nice catch by Meredith down there. It's down to the 4. Gain of 21 yards. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout taken. believe it was the Lumberjacks that took the timeout. 6:12 to go in the first half of play. Lumberjacks currently lead 14-8, but the Wildcats on the drive deep into Lumberjack territory. Everything on the playbook for Kellogg. They don't run the ball a lot, but this is a good spot to do so if they wanted to. The Wildcats. Lumberjacks, 2A Central Idaho League action on 1240 KOFE. You can also find us on our YouTube channel. Look at our Facebook page. You can get that link there. Share it around to your family and friends that are not within reach of our radio signal, and they can catch the Lumberjack action right there as well. Good game so far. Homecoming night here for the Wildcats. Said Lumberjacks love to come in here and spoil the Wildcats' homecoming. Next week is actually a big week for Lumberjack sports. It is homecoming week next week. Lumberjacks will host Timberlake next Friday. And then next Saturday, still, it's senior night as well for the soccer players. So be sure to come on down to the City Park soccer field and cheer on your Lumberjack soccer teams as they honor the seniors. They are hosting St. George out of Washington. Girls play at noon. Boys play at 2. After the timeout, Wildcats come out with one receiver to the near side. One receiver looks like to the far side. Luna in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to try to keep it himself, and looks like did he throw that or did he run it in? He threw that. So who was the completed pass to on that? I did not see all of the bodies that was number 7, Ramsey Rainio. So was it a touchdown or not? No, I don't think it was. Oh, yeah, no, they put the score up on the board. Okay. So it was a touchdown, 4-yard run, or 4-yard pass to, I believe it was Ramsey Rainio. Wildcats going for 2 here. It's tied 14-all. One wide receiver to the far side of the formation. Snap a little bit low, going to get a penalty here. Lumberjacks off sides once again. So we'll go that pre-snap penalty first. Moves the ball a little bit closer. Ball on the 2-yard line now. Same formation for the Wildcats. Luna in the shotgun. Dayton Bauer flanking him to the far side of the field. In the running back spot. A little bit of a low snap. He's going to look throw. Now he scrambles. Still looking. Lumberjack pressures all over him. He's extending that play like he is dangerous. A little bit of a late hit there. No. But they do find a wide open number 5. That's Jager Hall, as he got lost in the traffic in the back of the end zone. Came all the way across from the far side to the near side and was able to get the 2-point conversion. So Ripley Luna doing what he does by extending the play with his feet as the Lumberjack pressure was on him. And then the Wildcat receivers still working in the back of the end zone to stay open and give them somewhere to go with it, and they do complete it. Wildcats take the lead 16-14 with 6:05 to go before the halftime. We'll be back.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
And we're back. Wildcats set to kick off. The score 16-14 in favor of the Wildcats. Halftime 6 minutes away. Don't forget our senior spotlight interview at halftime. We have Emma Spooner as our interviewee. Gibson, Badgett back deep. Deep kick, all the way back to about inside maybe at about the 5. It's going to be Trey Gibson with the return. He's got some room to run on the sideline, got some blockers, and he's going to get just short of the 40-yard line, but a nice return by Gibson. That's actually, they show on the scoreboard that they're going to put that ball right at the 40. Nope, 36. They get it corrected up there. So a return of 29 by Gibson. Nice hard running from the Lumberjacks. Again, from my perspective here, it's hard to see who makes tackles. So it's going to be a little bit difficult on that side of the thing. I'm not really worried about trying to spot the tackles for the Wildcats. I like to try to keep track of the Lumberjacks. So we'll see. Lumberjacks in the wedge. We're going to take the snap. Looks like it's a handoff or a keeper up the middle by Holder. At least a 9-yard gain. Trying to unpile everybody. Holder doing some planks down there to keep his body off of the top of the 33 of Jaden Bauer. 6-yard gain for Dylan Holder on the keeper. 2nd and 4 for the Lumberjacks on their own 40, looks like the 41-yard line. 5:23 to go, first half. Lumberjacks trail it 16-14. The snap is going to be the toss, kind of a toss out that time. Maybe lost a yard as everybody got tripped up. That was Ethan Kohler on the carry. No gain. I'm going to call it no gain. 3rd and 4 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks in their huddle. Up the line of scrimmage. Wedge formation. Holder checks over the defense and his offense. Hands it off to Kohler. Some good blocking, but going to be a little short of the first down is Ethan Kohler. Up to the 43-yard line, so gain of 2. They need about 2 more. Lumberjacks going to go for it here. Wildcat defense going to try to get pumped up. Their crowd trying to amp up the defense. Trying to get noisy here. Under center is Holder. Wedge formation. Going to keep it. Pushing the pile forward, and I believe he's got more than enough for the first down. Going to call it a 3-yard pickup. Up to the 46-yard line. By Holder. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. 3 minutes and 46 seconds before halftime. Lumberjacks really, honestly, do need this score here before halftime because the Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half. So if you want to keep ahead of them in that right spot. Under center. Wedge formation. Pitch out to Kohler. He sidesteps one of his guys. Again, to pick up about 4. Maybe about only 3 yards for Ethan Kohler, still on the Lumberjack side of the field. 2nd and 7. Like I said, I expect at some point possibly to see the Lumberjack pass out of this because they have done it. You get the Wildcats completely biting on the run all the time. That time it's a handoff. That's Gibson protecting the ball. Powerful running by Gibson. And he's going to take that about 9 yards. Gavin Wimhoff going to have to watch himself a little bit. He went and pushed one of the Kellogg guys in the back a little bit and a little chippiness going on. He had to have number 70, Nantel, say, hey, get back over here to your huddle. Knock it off. Strong run by Gibson. And he's probably lucky that the official did not see the little push in the back because they probably would have called that. This time again, I'm not sure if that was a handoff or a keeper. It was a keeper by Holder. Couple yard pickup. Ball on the Wildcat 39-yard line. .220 and counting in the first half. Lumberjacks trail 14-16 to the Wildcats. Wedge formation. Holder takes snap. There's that throw. Going deep to Tristan Hill. The pass was short. Hill tries to come back to it, and he gets interfered with. It's going to be Ramsey Rainio called for the pass interference. It should be a 15-yard penalty. And a first down for Lumberjacks. Up to the 24, the Wildcats back to the run. It's Kohler. Nice little cutback, but it quickly closed up. Couple of yard gain for Ethan Kohler. Second and 8 for the Lumberjacks. Time counting down. St. Mary's still with 2 timeouts. 1:47 to go before halftime. Lumberjacks back up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, all into the wedge. Hand off to Gibson. Gibson, that time he ran into a little bit of traffic, and the pile still being pushed. I think he might get a yard or two out of that. Some hard, tough running by Gibson there. Not much in the way of yardage, but they get that down to the 20-yard line. They're gaining 2 yards, and a timeout taken by the Lumberjacks. 1:22 to go, first half. Take a quick look at the stats. I know we got halftime coming up, and we'll go all over them there, but just take a quick look here. The Lumberjacks have already amassed 174 yards of total offense in the first half, all of it on the ground. The Wildcats with 101 total yards, so a very good game going here right now between these two squads. Again, league implications here. Whoever wins goes to 1-0 in league play. Quick timeout by Coach Teff as they needed to get the clock stopped. They've got one more timeout. I expect them to try to keep it on the ground, probably still a little bit more, but if it gets a little bit too far down on time, they might be forced to try some passing to keep time on the clock with if there's incompletes. But I'm sure he wants to try to get this thing on the ground as best he can. Same formation for the Lumberjacks. In the wedge, everybody in tight, holder under center. Takes the snap, pitches it out. It's going to be a run by Gibson. He hit the hole with some speed, but he's quickly swallowed up by a couple of Wildcats. Couple of yards on the carry. That ball is down to the 17, so a gain of 3. I think the Lumberjacks just took their last timeout with 1:11 to go. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Teff's philosophy is from here, as they are on the 17-yard line. So they've got a ways to go here. They need to break a big run, or we'll see if he maybe opts to try some passing out of said formation. Heck of a ball game so far here, though. Definitely a chess match between these two squads. You got the pass-happy and pass-attack-heavy Wildcats that are doing pretty good themselves. Both teams have scored on their first 2 possessions. St. Mary's would love nothing more than to take the lead into the halftime. Now, I guess I'm overthinking that because I forget that we have the kicker that is pretty accurate from quite a ways out. He says he's pretty good from about 40 yards away. So the Lumberjacks could just try to run the clock and run the ball down here a little ways. And then if they can get a spike, they can set up a field goal try for Sam. Under center, wedge formation. Crowd getting loud for the Wildcats. It's a reverse to Banderob. He's going to power through some blockers, and I think he's got the first down. Probably by a couple of yards. That ball is down to the 10. And I think the Wildcats must have, no. Oh, okay. So the Wildcats called a timeout earlier, which is kind of surprising. So both teams down to 1 timeout. And so I'm going to call this one as a Wildcat timeout since I got the last one. Kind of the issue with that is the speakers for their PA system is all pointed towards the visiting side of the home side of the crowd. So you can't really hear the PA on this side, so you don't hear him. Can't hear him announce who made the tackle. You can't hear him announce who called the timeout or stuff like that. So it makes things a little difficult on occasion. 1:04 to go before halftime. St. Mary's trails it 16-14 to the Wildcats Lumberjacks deep in Kellogg territory on the 10. Lumberjacks would like nothing more than to get this into the end zone here. But I'm sure they're confident with trying a field goal from Grayson Sands if they have to. That's going to be a run, far side. It's going to be bottled up fairly quickly. I think that might have been the number. I'm not sure who made that run there. I'm going to just go with Damian Vanderhoff, and he gets about 3 yards. Another run for the Lumberjacks, and that one didn't go anywhere, I don't think. And I did not see who ran that ball. I'm going to give it to Trey Gibson. He's the running back that I see out there. Looks like we gained 1 yard, and the Lumberjacks called their final timeout. 35 seconds to go. Third down. So what is Coach Teft going to do this time? Try one more play and then maybe try to, well, you can't get the fourth down and then spike it the whole time on the clock for a field goal attempt. So he's either going to go for all right here, which is what I'm assuming, because Grayson Sands is obviously still out here on the sideline. Kind of expect a pass play at this point with 35 seconds and no timeout. And that's probably more it. So you get a pass play here. If it's incomplete, it gives you time to send out Sands. So third down and 6. Snap. Nope, it's a run. It's Gibson, and he's going to drive it all the way down inside. He's going to get the first down. They didn't score. And we're going to get a flag. And the play blown dead. So the Wildcats get called for the offsides.
On the ball.
The Lumberjacks take it into the end zone. I was trying to get my stats corrected. Who was that on the run? That is Ethan Kohler with the Lumberjack scores. Time is about to expire on the first half. So Lumberjacks reclaim the lead on an Ethan Kohler touchdown. Lumberjacks did a great job on that drive. I actually did not get to put that penalty in there from the Wildcats, so they do have an additional penalty in their stats lineup. Holder to hold. Grayson Sands to attempt the extra point. Kick is up and through. Lumberjacks lead at 21-16, 8.9 seconds to go before half. Lumberjacks look like they'll be able to take a lead into the half, hopefully. But the Wildcats will receive the opening kick of the second half. So if the Lumberjacks can get one defensive stand and another score off of what they're doing right now, it'll put them in a good position. But that's a big, not a big, but it is, the Kellogg Wildcats are a tough squad. And honestly, if St. Mary's can get this win here tonight, I'll be curious to see, because I mentioned earlier that in Idaho Sports Power Ranking, St. Mary's is at number 22, which is dead last in the 2A football, which really kind of surprises me somewhat. They've played some very tough teams, so it'd be interesting to see if St. Mary's comes out with this win tonight, what that does to those power rankings. Kickoff coming. Grayson Sands probably going to kick this one deep. I don't think they'll be trying no onside kick here with 9 seconds left on the clock before halftime. Once again, our senior spotlight right at the halftime will be Emma Spooner. An interview that we did with her. Sand sets it up. You obviously don't want to give up a big kick return here either. Kickoff is on the way. Lone line drive right to one of the up men. That is the number 5 of Jaeger Hall. And he's going to be tackled by the number 8 of Vanderrob. He might have actually caught that further back. Where is that at? Yeah, I'm just going to put it right there. Tackle by number 8 for the Lumberjacks. So 1.5 seconds left on the clock. Obviously, the Wildcats are probably going to go something deep here. They're going to put out a bunch of wide receivers, and Ripley Luna is going to try to pull off the magic that he can do. One second on the clock. Time for one play. Luna drops back. Pressure coming. The ball's knocked loose. Lumberjacks get the strip sack, and I'm going to credit that to Ethan Kohler. I think he might be the one that hit him. I'm going to call it Kohler with the strip sack. Not really any recovery, I don't think. It doesn't really matter because that was the end of the first half of play. Lumberjacks lead going into halftime, 21-16 over the Wildcats. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with our senior spotlight interview, once again featuring Miss Emma Spooner.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
Yeah, we have our senior spotlight here for tonight's broadcast, and tonight our Lumberjack senior is Emma Spooner. Emma, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to try to make it as quick and painless as we can, so we'll start with what sports do you play?
I play soccer and golf.
All right, you got one in the spring and then one in the fall, and one in the spring, and nothing to do in the middle, huh?
No.
Which one is your favorite and why?
I like both the same amount, but probably soccer because I have more friends on the soccer team.
All right. What has playing sports taught you?
I guess probably to work on a team and I don't know, I mean, the bus rides make it really fun. So I don't know.
What is your favorite what is one of your favorite things about playing sports?
The bus rides. The bus rides are really fun.
What's your least favorite thing?
Running. Like
make sure Amber hears this.
Running during practice. That's the worst part. But when you're actually playing soccer, it's not that bad.
And you didn't really know what to do about this next question, but favorite pro or college sports team and player or maybe somebody else?
I like WSU for the football team, but that's all I only watch the, what is it called?
College?
No, the NFL, the Super Bowl.
Oh.
There we go.
Only watch the big game, huh? Yeah. What are your goals this year on and off the field or court? Or in your case, I guess field.
Yeah.
Or course.
Course, yeah. Probably to pass high school, first of all. And I don't know, just feel like I've kind of accomplished being good at soccer and golf.
All right. We're talking with our St. Mary's Lumberjack Senior Spotlight, Emma Spooner. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on the fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
And we are here with Emma Spooner for our Senior Spotlight. What are your plans after high school?
I am planning to travel over in Europe to Austria.
Sounds fun. What is your favorite subject in school?
Right now, probably English. I really like English and the new teacher that we have. He makes it fun.
It's always good when the teachers make it fun. What is somebody that you who is someone that you look up to?
I feel like a lot of people say, oh, my mom or my coach or something, but I guess I kind of have to say my mom.
Do your teammates, do you have a nickname at all?
No, I don't. I mean, some people just call me M, but that's it.
Well, kind of odd sometimes. I don't know, maybe not if you don't have a nickname, but sometimes there's nicknames out there that aren't necessarily friendly nicknames that are meant for the radio either. What's your most memorable moment to this point?
Well, I did make a goal this year after playing. Well, this is my 4th year playing, and I finally made a goal, so that was really exciting.
All right. That was a fun game. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
Definitely my coaches, actually. They've been really helpful through these past 3 years.
All right. Well, we've been talking with Emma Spooner for our Senior Spotlight. We want to wish you good luck in your future and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
And we'll take another break and we'll be back with more.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back. It is halftime here at Kellogg at Teeters Field, and it is the homecoming night for the Wildcats, so a little bit of an extended break probably during halftime. Quick recap of scoring. There's been three possessions for the Lumberjacks, 3 touchdowns. The Wildcats have had 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. In the first quarter at 5:22 to go, Trey Gibson ran it in from 3 yards out. The extra point by Grayson Sands was good, giving the Lumberjacks a 7-0 lead. At 3:44 to go in the first, it was a very quick score for the Wildcats answering back. It was a Ripley Luna pass to the number 11 of Varick Meredith, 1 yard out, and the 2-point conversion was good. That gave the Wildcats the 8-7 lead over the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's answered back at 9:13 to go in the second quarter of play on a Dylan Holder run from 3 yards out. The extra point, once again, good by Grayson Sands. That gave the Lumberjacks the 14-8 lead. 6:05 to go in the second quarter, and Ripley Luna had a pass completed to Ramsey Rainio from 4 yards out. The 2-point conversion was good, and that gave the Wildcats back the lead, 16-14. And then with 8 seconds left on the clock before halftime, Ethan Kohler runs it in from 2 yards out. The point after good by Grayson Sands, giving the Lumberjacks a 21-16 lead at the half. We'll take a quick break after the scoring recap, and we'll be back with your stats.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community. the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, "Go Lumberjack!"
Now we are back, and we'll take a quick look at the statistics. I think I might have enough time. We're going to run through the Kellogg Wildcats statistics first. The Wildcats have 101 yards of total offense. They've only ran 13 plays, though. They're averaging 8 yards per play. They have 90 yards passing, 5 for 7 completions, and 18 yards per pass completion, 2 touchdowns through the air. They have just 11 yards rushing on 6 attempts for just about 2 yards per carry. Penalties, I think they have 4 for about 40 yards for the Wildcats. I did not get their offsides they had late in the second quarter earlier. I also have a turnover down there, but I don't think there was a turnover by the Wildcats, so I think I must have done something somewhere in there to get that turnover in there, because I don't think it's some reason there's that fumble at the end of it was not, that was a fumble, but I don't think the Wildcats lost that fumble, and it was at the end of the half, so that's where that's coming from. Other than that, no turnovers by either team, really. Let's see here. There was 1 sack by St. Mary's. That's not showing up for some reason on here, but they did have a sack. Time of possession, I don't know if it's correct on here, but it really could be close. We have the Wildcats with just 4 minutes of time of possession. St. Mary's with 18. 17 first downs for St. Mary's, and I was going through this individually, so I did mess that one up. 7 first downs for the Wildcats. Let's see. The Wildcats are 1 of 3 on third downs, 1 for 1 on fourth downs. Individual stats for the Wildcats: Ripley Luna, the quarterback, 5 of 7 for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Ripley Luna, 4 carries for 14 yards. Dayton Bauer has 1 catch for 4. And receiving, Colby Luna has 2 catches for 64 yards. Varick Meredith has 2 for 22 and 1 touchdown. Ramsey Rainio, 1 for 4 yards and a touchdown. Now, the Lumberjack stats. The Lumberjacks have put up 194 yards, all of them on the ground. The Lumberjacks have ran a total of 37 plays. They're averaging 5 yards per play. The Lumberjacks are 0 for 1 passing. They did get a good pass interference call on that 1 pass attempt, though. 194 yards rushing, 36 tries, 5.4 yards per carry. Lumberjacks, I have them down for 3 penalties for 15 yards. I think most of those are offsides. There might have been 1 false start in there. And going on down, 17 first downs for St. Mary's. All of those, 15 of them by rushing the ball and 2 from penalty. St. Mary's 1 for 4 on third down conversions, though, for 25%. They are 3 for 3 on fourth down conversions. Let's see, where you said Dylan Holder is 0 for 1 passing. On the ground, we've got Trey Gibson leading the team with 17 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Dylan Holder has 9 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Kohler has 8 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown, and I believe it's Damian Vanderrob with 2 carries and 10 yards. Defensively, I think I've missed a few tackles here and there, but I've got Jared Badgett with 2 tackles, Tristan Hill with a tackle and 1 assist, Trey Gibson with a tackle, Wesley Vanderrob with a tackle, and it did not give the sack credit to Ethan Kohler on here earlier, so we'll have to correct that later. But anyways, that is, and look at your stats. Grayson Sands on the kicking side of things, 3 for 3 on extra points. So that is the stats. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second half.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than at everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
And we are back, and they added a little bit of time back on the clock so that the teams could get warmed up as they come back on the field. So 2 minutes until the kickoff now. Second half, I really expect the Lumberjacks to continue doing what they were doing on offense. Probably not change anything, really. They're going to keep running out of that formation, and maybe they'll put a couple more passes here and there into that formation just to see if they can get something big that way. But if it's not broke at the moment, don't change it. Don't fix it. The Wildcats, and again, the Wildcats have not punted. There's been no punt tonight, so the Wildcats are probably not going to change much either. They're going to come and attack the Lumberjacks downfield through the air, maybe throw in a runner here, but it's going to be an exciting second half here. The Wildcats will get the ball to start. Of course, Lumberjacks' goal right here would be to get a defensive stand. A 3-and-out would be ideal, and get that ball back and try to get another good run, good possession down there to score again and extend that lead by 2 scores. That would be ideal for the Lumberjacks, but it's not going to necessarily be easy to get that stop against the Wildcats. So we'll just have to see, because Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half. And it's been an exciting, fun game right now so far, and I expect it to continue to be that way. Not too much chippiness. There was a little bit early on, a little incident that I caught that I mentioned. But aside from that, there's been some pretty good sportsmanship, and everything's been going pretty well. So as long as this game stays this competitive all the way to the end, I'm sure Coach Teft, regardless of the outcome, will be happy the way that his squad has performed tonight. And they will definitely be able to build off of it no matter how this game ends up. But we all, of course, are definitely rooting for that Lumberjack win here tonight in league play. Would be just outstanding for this team, and to build their confidence and maybe to put a little point across to the rest of the league that, yeah, we lost those 2 games. That one we lost pretty bad to Freeman, but we're not a slouch, and you aren't going to push us over. Lumberjacks head back out to get ready to kick off. Grayson Sands will, of course, take care of the kicking duties. And honestly, I expect he kicked it deep once, but I honestly expect St. Mary's to try to steal a possession here, too. I think they're going to probably try the onside again. Something along that line. Whistle blows. Ball is lined up. And no, he's going to go with the line drive, deep kick. It's right over the head of the guy that was trying to get it. He tried to one-hand it out of the air. That's the number 7 of Rainio. And the Wildcats are going to be buried deep on their own side. That ball was probably picked up at about the 10. Yeah, Rainio, that was not a good decision. I mean, he could have I don't even know if that would have made it into the end zone, but it did come off of his hand. And they have it on the 12-yard line, according to the scoreboard. So, not a great return. Looks like I've only put it down for a 1-yard gain. So, Lumberjacks have the Wildcats in a good position defensively. They've got them backed up. Just need that defense to keep this passing attack from making them pay. So we got 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side of the formation, 1 running back lined up in the backfield with Ripley Luna. Luna's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off, and there's a man loose for a minute. A couple Lumberjacks are able to get in there and make the tackle. It was a nice gain. It was Ron Ford was one of the guys in there on the tackle. I believe that was Dayton Bauer with the catch, or the run, and they're going to give him a 9-yard pickup. So 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. Up to the Lumberjack, or up to the 22-yard line, own side of their field still. 1 receiver near side. Man goes in motion. Going to take the snap. Quick little throw. That was a tricky play there as they got the defender to bite on the motion. And a quick snap. They throw it right out there before the defender can react. And it's a completed pass for a first down to Colby Luna. Jared Badgett flies in there from his safety position to make a nice tackle, though. It was a pickup, though, of, let's see, up to the 38-yard line. 17-yard gain. But Badgett there with probably a touchdown-saving tackle. Next snap, kind of low. Luna's going to keep it himself. He slips out of a couple of tackles, bounces off of a couple of other Lumberjack defenders. Finally, he's brought down, but some nifty running there by Ripley Luna. He was tackled by Trace Wicks after a decent gain of 6 yards. But he's not only a good quarterback, but he can move and scramble in the pocket, and he can escape a lot of situations. He is just an all-around great athlete, Ripley Luna. 4 wide receivers set, 2 to each side of the field. Luna takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. Now he throws it out to Meredith across the middle. Meredith trying to get to the edge, and again, it's Jared Badgett, one of the littlest guys almost on the Lumberjack defense, but he is just a firecracker, and he can lay a hit just as big as anybody else out there. It was still a first down, but again, Jared Badgett just flying around the field. That ball gets up to the 47, I believe, of St. Mary, so they're on no, that's their own 47. Nope, Lumberjack 47. Same formation for the Wildcats. The snap, Luna looking to throw. He's got time now. He looks to escape the pocket. No, he gets loose out of that defender's grasp. Throws it down the field. Oh, Varick Meredith catches it on the bobble, and he's tackled down at about the 12. And there's so many Lumberjacks over there. I'm going to give the tackle to Darnold, but what a catch by Meredith, as that ball got tipped up on some pretty good coverage. Ball is on the 15-yard line. Again, a dangerous passing team here in the Wildcats. 1 receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side of the field. Looks like 2 receivers to the near side, actually. 4 receivers set. Luna in the shotgun. He's got Dayton Bauer lined up next to him. Takes the snap, looking, surveys, got time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, blocking the back or a hold there, and that's going to come back regardless of what it is. It's caught in the end zone, but it's not going to matter. I kind of seen that. It looked to me like a block in the back. I'm going to call it a block in the back. Override. No. That ball is going to be back on the 31. So it's 1st and 25 for the Wildcats, all the way back to their own 31-yard line. Looking to pass. Luna again escapes the pressure. He's dancing around. He's going to get the throw off late, and it's going to be caught down by the 1-yard line by Meredith. I just can't believe how good Ripley Luna is back there. As he's just dancing around, evading the pressure, and then he finds an open guy. I mean, that's impressive to watch, even though we're not on the side of that we want to be. And that is all the way down to the 3-yard line. Just this team is hard to stop. Did not see who made the tackle for the Lumberjacks. First and goal from the 3 for the Wildcats. Lumberjack defense needs to see if they can stand strong here, deep on their own side of the field. It's been hard to stop either one of these teams tonight, though. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 or 2 to the far side. Luna's going to look to pass. A quick sling out there, and he finds, I believe it was Meredith again. And it's a touchdown for the Wildcats. As much as I hate to see the Wildcats score, it is impressive to watch Ripley Luna work in the pocket back there. He's quite the guy to watch on that quarterback side for the Wildcats. 8:02 to go, third period. The Wildcats take the 22-21 lead. They'll go for 2. Try to make it a 24-21 lead. See if the Lumberjacks can keep this. They've been 2 for 2 on 2-point conversions. 2 wide receivers, it looks like. Luna is going to scramble, looks to try to escape the pocket. Again, pressured. Vanderrob trying to chase him down, and he's finally going to get tackled in the end zone. It's intercepted. Can Gibson return it? He can return. Oh, they're whistling it dead. I thought maybe that's not in high school, but I thought he could return it back for points for the St. Mary's side, but apparently not. Got excited for not much, apparently. So it is a 22-21 lead for the Wildcats, and the Lumberjacks will have the ball with 8:02 to go in the third period. We'll be back.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great 100-carriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we are back, and the kickoff, I think, was out of the back of the end zone. I think it was a touchback. So Lumberjacks will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 8:02 to go in the third period. Lumberjacks' first possession here, the second half. See if we can keep the score for score going here, as both teams have not relinquished yet, and neither one of them has had to punt yet. So Lumberjacks into their wedge. Everybody up tight. Everybody on the line of scrimmage. Holder under center. Takes that snap. Pitches it to Vanderrob. Vanderrob gets some room on the far side of the field. He's going to pick up a good 6 yards on the carry. Call it a 5-yard gain. That says the ball, that must have been a kickoff out of bounds because the ball was up on the 40. I've never seen the flag come in, though. Didn't even really pay attention to that. So Lumberjacks actually have the ball on the 50. So I must not have seen the flag and the call on that. So snap, again, everybody up the middle, pushing that pile. Another quarterback keeper this time, I believe, by Holder. Holder picks up 4. On the Wildcat side of the field, 3rd and 1 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks in the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and short for the Lumberjacks. Holder surveys his line. Now takes the snap. Going to hand it off. First man through, Trey Gibson. Fighting for extra yards, and he's going to get the first down by a few yards. Nice hard running once again by Trey Gibson. Up to the 43, so a 3-yard pickup for the Lumberjacks. They only needed 1. On to the Wildcat side of the field, on to the Wildcat 43. Nice brisk fall night here in Kellogg. A little bit chilly, but not too bad, really. Same formation for the Lumberjacks. They've been running this one all night long. It's worked. No reason to stop. Going to get an offsides there on the Wildcats, a free 5 yards. Little hard count action there by Dylan Holder. First and 5 now for the Lumberjacks. That moves the ball to the Wildcat 38-yard line. Everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Holder takes a snap, hands it off to Gibson. Gibson, that time is going to be, no, he escaped that tackle for a second. Good second effort by Trey Gibson. See where they marked the ball. No, he picked up a yard or so at least, I think. That was a whole lot of work on that second effort by him for that 1 yard, but the motor that keeps going for Trey. So Gibson and Banderob come off for this next snap. Second down and 4 for the Lumberjacks. Up to the line of scrimmage for St. Mary's. The snap. Oh, a whistle and a flag. And are they going to say it's a false start on St. Mary's? I didn't see anybody move, I didn't think, but. Oh, no, offside. First down for the Lumberjacks on the encroachment penalty by the Wildcats. So the Wildcats have had the penalty issues here tonight so far. That gives the Lumberjacks another first down to the 32. Less work for the Lumberjacks as far as having to run plays here. 4:40 and counting in the third period. It is 22-21. Jacks trail by 1. It's going to be a keeper for Holder, pushing the pile. He tries to squeak through the other side, chewing up yardage as he keeps his feet churning. Another nice gain. That's all the way to at least 5 yards on that carry. Going to call it 6 yards. Because I don't think they've been able to hold. Every time Holder has taken that ball himself up the middle, I don't think they have held that to a negative loss or even to no gain. I think every time Holder's kept it, it's been plus yardage. I mean, obviously you can't just straight run that play every time. Same formation. Pitch out. I think it's Kohler. He had a little bit of a gap and somebody fumbled. Oh, no. It was Ethan Kohler. He fumbled the ball. First turnover of the game is going to go against the Lumberjacks. Had a couple of yard gain before he lost that ball. I think it might have been Jaden Bauer with the forced fumble. So the Wildcats take over on their own 21-yard line. 3:51 to go in the third period. 22-21. Wildcats come out with a 4 wide receiver set, man in motion. Luna is going to keep it himself, and geez, that kid can move, shaking and baking, but he can't get around Jared Badgett. Badgett doesn't seem to ever miss a tackle. Big run there by the number 2 of Luna. As they're still on the Wildcat side of the field, but it was a 22-yard pickup by Ripley Luna. Luna tried to shake and bake away from Badgett, and Badgett said, "You ain't going nowhere," and grabbed a hold of him. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the top of the 3 to the top of the formation. It looks like, nope, that guy's on the sideline. Going to throw it to that far side. Again, it's that pass across the middle that they got us on earlier. Varric Meredith, as he's shaking and baking, trying to get away from everybody. And it's going to be Brock Anderson with the tackle. But a first down for the Wildcats, and it wasn't actually as big of a gain as you'd think it was. It is onto the Lumberjack side of the field. It's actually only to the 44-43 of St. Mary's. First and 10 now for the Wildcats, 43-yard line on the St. Mary's side of the field. The Wildcats driving. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Luna in the shotgun. Bauer lined up behind him. He's pointing out protection. He's going to get the block on the blitz, and he's going to find a wide open lane to try to squirt through. And again, Jared Badgett is there, breaks down perfect form, and makes the tackle on Luna. It's a first down, but still, it just impresses me every time I watch Jared Badgett. That ball is down there to the 32. First down for the Wildcats. And again, I said it earlier, Badgett's not necessarily the smallest kid on the varsity. There's a couple kids about the same size, but he's just everywhere on the field. 2 to the near side, looks like for wide receivers. 2 to the far side. 1 to the far side. No, 2 to the far side. Luna's going to look to throw. Pressure right into his face quickly, and it's intended for his brother Colby Luna, and he had to get rid of that one a little bit early as the pressure was on him. It's incomplete. It was Tristan Hill applying the pressure for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks have gotten 1 sack so far on the night. So 2nd and 10 from the 32 of St. Mary's. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Wildcats have basically ran that same formation all night, just like the Lumberjacks in their wedge. Luna, shotgun, takes a snap, low snap. He's able to get it scooped up. Pressure coming, though. He's going to know. He doesn't escape. He flips it out before he's down. That was a heads-up play by Ripley Luna as he flips it out to Dayton Bauer. And I don't think Bauer, he might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but it wasn't. I mean, it was just an impressive little move there. I didn't see who made the tackle for the Lumberjacks. And actually, there was no gain. It was complete. Still 3rd and 10. So 4 wide receivers set once again. Better snap this time. Less pressure. Nobody to throw to, though. Good coverage by Lumberjacks. Can they get him? No, he's going to get the throw away. It's caught by Colby Luna, but he is short of the first down. So it'll bring up 4th and kind of long. No, 4th and about 2. So that was, I thought it was only about a 5-yard pickup. And again, I didn't pay attention to who made the tackle. I was just enjoying the action out there. So a big stand here for the Lumberjacks on 4th and 2. The Wildcats, you got to watch for that run because they may not throw it out of this. They may try like a little bit of a draw play or something. Empty backfield. No, Luna has Dayton Bauer back there with him. Lumberjacks jump off sides. So it's a first down for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 up to the 19-yard line. 41 seconds to go, 3rd period. Lumberjacks trail right now, 22-21. Back and forth ball game here tonight. Lumberjacks had that fumble. That one hurt them a little bit down here, and they were driving a minute ago. 2 receivers to the near side stacked. 2 more receivers to the far side for the Wildcats. Luna in the shotgun. Dayton Bauer flanking him. Takes a snap. Luna's looking to throw. It actually looked like he was going to try to maybe scramble with it. He had to back up. He found some room to run. And again, that kid has some moves down there. And he's going to take it down inside the 5. See where they mark this? Because it's going to be 1st and goal. Looks like they have it at the, well, still, oh, nope. There was a penalty against the Wildcats, so we will take that. I've never seen the flag come out. Let's say it was Logan Darnell on the tackle. And the penalty, I believe, was a hold. So that puts the ball back at the 24. So it's 1st and 15, 4.2 seconds. Did we get a timeout? Yeah, a timeout taken by St. Mary's. 4.2 seconds. Lumberjacks took a quick timeout. Didn't like something maybe they seen there. But that was definitely something the Lumberjacks will accept on that holding penalty against the Wildcats. You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary. 22-21, third quarter. Lumberjacks trail by 1. Central Idaho League matchup here from Petersfield and Kellogg, Idaho. Tim Parrish on the call here on 1240 KOFE. Heck of a ball game so far. One turnover ended the Lumberjacks' last drive. It was sadly a turnover on St. Mary, so it's given the Wildcats a chance to take the lead, to extend the lead a little bit. Well, we'll see. Lumberjacks, see if they have a defensive stand in them. Get a turnover of their own. Force a turnover on downs. Whatever it takes. Both teams have been hard to stop tonight. So the Wildcats come out after the Lumberjack timeout. I think they had some confusion on the personnel, so that's why Teft had to take that timeout. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Ripley Luna in the shotgun. Dayton Bauer flanked to the far side of him. Going to take the snap. Quick little throw on the screen play. Going to get it out to Colby Luna. And Luna still on his feet. Holy smokes. Finally thrown out of bounds by Gibson and Vanderob. And I don't think he got it into the end zone. That man is hard to bring down. That ball is up to the 4-yard line. Gibson and Vanderob on the tackle. And we are into the third quarter. So into the fourth quarter we go. The teams are switching sides. 12 minutes left in this contest. Who is going to come out on top? Can the Lumberjacks put up a goal line stand with a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line? That's going to be a tall task to hold the Wildcats out of the end zone. But it would still only put the Lumberjacks down by 1 score, so not a huge concern as far as score is concerned. If they score, it would end up being 28-21, which would be a touchdown and an extra point for the Lumberjacks. If they get the 2-point conversion, it would be 29. So the Lumberjacks would have to have a score and a 2-point conversion of their own to tie it up at that point. Lumberjacks getting their defense down there. Coach Teftil had them huddled up on the far side of the field, so they had to hustle up to get to the other end. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Ripley Luna, shotgun formation once again. 1 receiver comes down here to the near side. Another receiver top of the formation. Like some extra blockers maybe in there with a couple of receivers in tight to the line of scrimmage. Ripley Luna takes the snap. He's going to roll to the near side. Now he's chased back the other way and getting to him before he hit. The ball is loose, I think. I don't know. I think Luna got back on it, but it was Vanderob and Ford on the sack. And that was a loss back to the 15-yard line. Wildcats quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. 56. I've not taken the snap yet, so still looking. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Luna takes the snap. He's looking to throw across the middle. Oh, it's bobbled and caught. Ramsey Rainio does open in the middle of the field. Was able to grab that on the bounce after it almost popped out of his hands on the bullet pass from Ripley Luna and completes it for the touchdown. $15-yard touchdown completion. 11:09 to go in the fourth. Lumberjacks now trail 28-21. Wildcats going for the two-point conversion. Man in motion. That's Meredith. Goes from the near side to the far side. Luna's looking to throw. Has pressure. Now he's trying to escape that pressure. Can he do it? He does. He's going to scramble it into the end zone. So the Lumberjacks trail by 8. 28. No, that's, what is that? Why does that, let's see here. Okay, let me delete that. Point after. We'll take a quick break. It's 30-21. And actually, yeah, okay, I'll recap that in a minute.
St. Joe Potty Huts in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. St. Joe Potty Huts is a portable restroom rental RV pump service in Benoit County, also serving Shoshone and Kootenai counties. So for your next large gathering, wedding, family reunion, birthday party, or maybe you're having a remodel done and you need some extra facilities, call St. Joe Potty Huts at 245-4887. 245-4887. St. Joe Potty Hut says, go Lumberjacks!
And we are back, so I had to reconfigure my mapping. My mapping was a bit off a minute ago, and I was talking about how it would work out. So the two-point conversion actually gives the Wildcats a 30-21 lead, which is 2 possessions. Lumberjacks have to score 2 more times and not allow the Wildcats to score in order to pull this win, not pull a win out, but to get the win. 11 minutes to go, fourth quarter. It is Colby Luna to kick off. Jared Badgett, Trey Gibson back deep for the Lumberjacks. Kickoff on the way. Nice long kick. I'm going to say it was at the 15. I think they do a little reverse action over here. It's Gibson to the sideline. He's got blockers. He slides past a couple of guys. He's going to bring it all the way up to the 46-yard line. Nice return by Gibson. I think that they don't have an option in my stats for like the reverse or something there, but that was a beautiful design there for the Lumberjacks and great starting field position. They're going to stay on the scoreboard that it's right at the 45 of St. Mary's. So give the Lumberjacks some good field position here. Needing 2 scores, though, they're going to probably have to go up-tempo just a little bit because they don't want to burn a lot of time off the clock now. Now they need to try to keep time on the clock. Everybody under center. Wedge, going to be that pitch out. Reverse to Vanderhoff. Brings it back near side. Big block, but being able to get him is Meredith, as I thought that Vanderhoff might have had that corner gotten, but Meredith was right there to not allow him to escape for more than about 3 yards. 2 yards. That looked like it might have broke open for a pretty big play. Instead, it's 2nd and 8 for the Lumberjacks. Near hash mark. Wedge formation. Vanderhoff looks like he might have been cramping a little bit. He's getting worked on here on the sideline. Up the middle run this time. Got Kellogg guys just jumping onto the top of the pile. There's not much else they can think of to do, so they're trying to slow that down. And they're just jumping up onto the top of the pile. Which I'm actually was curious to whether or not that was a legal move, but apparently it is. That's to the 50-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Lumberjacks. Actually looks like about 6 yards. Looking at the yardage markers. Lumberjacks under center. Of course, going to be a handoff to Gibson. Gibson finds a little crease. Going to get a late flag, so I don't know what that's going to be. That's usually against the offensive side of the field, so we'll see. I don't think it was more than about 3 yards or so on the. I think they're calling a hold against St. Mary's. Well, moves the ball back to the 40-yard line. Makes it 3rd and 15 for the Jacks now. Wedge formation. Holder under center. Takes the snap. Ball is almost loose. Gibson, now it is loose again as the ball was, it was just not a good handoff or not a good pitch out as that thing got loose. And I think the Wildcats recovered. So things coming a little bit unraveled for the Lumberjacks here late in this one. This was one of those games that the least amount of mistakes was going to end up being the win. And Lumberjacks right now have made a couple of mistakes. So ball is on the 40. $9:17 to go, fourth quarter.
Make a play here. Let's go.
I'm not sure what the holdup is here at the moment. I think we're getting a timeout taken by the Wildcats. 9:17 to go in the contest. 30-21 Wildcats with the lead, and after the Lumberjack turnover, they have the ball. We'll be back.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from P1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, and no minimum balance requirement. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Take away the inside.
And we're back. Lumberjacks on defense. 2 receivers at the bottom, 2 receivers top. Quick throw out into the flat. They find Colby Luna, and it's going to be Luna. Nope, he almost. There was almost a fight over here on the sideline between a couple of Lumberjacks, or a Lumberjack and a Wildcat. It was Trace Wicks getting into it with number 7, Rainio. There's a flag thrown out over here. I'm not sure who that's going to go against. There was a flag also thrown on the other side of the field. Could end up having offsetting penalties with that, or if it both goes against St. Mary's. Rainio and Wicks were like 10 yards out of the field to play, and I didn't even see what was going on. I just seen a flag come flying out into the crowd, and I was trying to figure out what was going on with that. Man, then I seen it. We may have some sort of an unsportsmanlike on this side, maybe against the Wildcats. And then there's something on the other side against the Lumberjacks. Yeah, roughing or unsportsmanlike, or that's a unnecessary roughness both sides. So they'll offset, and we will rerun the down. Kellogg crowd sounds like they're booing over there. Lumberjack crowd, of course, is cheering it. I did not see what happened over here on the sideline, but it's going to be interesting maybe to talk to Trace in the next couple of days and find out what exactly was going on. There's personal fouls on opposite sides of the field. There was one on each sideline. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the formation.
Take away the inside.
Going to take the snap. It's going to be Luna. Keeps it right up the middle. Man, he finds some room. He's going to be chased down. Oh, almost chased down by Gibson. Gibson tries to punch the ball out. He can't quite do it, and it's going to be a run in for the touchdown by Ripley Luna. Once again, I don't like where the score is right now, but I am going to say that I am impressed with the athleticism of Ripley Luna. That was Gibson was going to try to get the punch out as far as he didn't want to just tackle him out of there. He wanted to get the ball away from Luna and try to get that strip. He tried to punch that ball out as Luna was down to about the 2-yard line. Luna was able to shed him off and then get into the end zone. That was a good design play by the Wildcats as well as they get the Lumberjack defense spread out. Wildcats going for 2 here. Luna shotgun, 2 receivers top of the formation, 2 receivers near side. The snap, looking to throw. Quick little throw over the middle. I think that's going to be incomplete. It is. Lumberjacks got in the way of that one. Well defended. It was intended for Colby Luna. So Coach Teff probably not exactly in the position he wants to be in right now, as he now cannot really probably rely on that wedge formation. Might have to change up his game plan just a little bit at this point, but we'll see what the Lumberjacks come out and do. 9 minutes to go. St. Mary's down by 2 scores. And we'll just take a quick break.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for the home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
We're back. Colby Luna ready to kick off. Badgett and Gibson back deep. Low line drive, going to take a bounce, going to be scooped up at about the 15-yard line by Gibson. And there's a big eruption from the crowd on that side, so I don't know if it was just because it was a big hit or, it must have just been a big hit. So Gibson gets the return. The ball is out to the 25, it looks like. So about a 10-yard return by Gibson. First and 10 for Lumberjacks. 8:56 to go in the contest. St. Mary's trails by 2 scores, 36-21. Lumberjacks are still in the wedge. And take the snap. Trying to figure out who has the ball. I'm not sure where that went. I know it came near side. But last Lumberjack to get up off the ground to see who that was, and it was Vanderrob with the carry. Gain of 2 for the Lumberjacks. So Taft is opting to stay with their wedge formation right now, not spreading it out, not going to panic yet and start throwing the ball, but they do need a quick score here. Still into the wedge formation. Snap. Run to the far side. Not much there for the Lumberjacks. Wildcats starting to get this wedge thing figured out, it does look like. That was Badgett with the carry. His first carry of the night, I believe. Picked up maybe 1. 3rd down and 7 for St. Mary's. 4-down territory, I think, regardless of where they are on the field at this point. Wedge formation for Lumberjacks once again. See if they keep it in the middle. No, they're going to pitch it out to Gibson. Gibson tries to get the edge, get some blockers out there. Looked like we had a couple of Lumberjacks blocking each other. And that's another short gain. Like I said, the Wildcats seem to be kind of figuring out this wedge formation right now at the moment. Might be a 3-yard gain as it's 4th and 4. power run formation is what they do out of this. And there's, I don't know how many different plays you can actually run out of it. There's some reverses, some tosses, stuff like that up the middle. And he does got a couple passes in there. 4th down and 4, though, and I thought they might have tried to just do that up the middle with Holder, but they don't. And Vanderrob gets the carry. He looks to be slightly short. And if he is, that will turnover on downs. Looked like he picked up about 3 yards, just came up 1 yard short of the first down. Or did they give? Nope, it's turnover on downs. Okay.
Okay, get it back. Come on.
6:55 to go now. Wildcats after the Lumberjack turnover. St. Mary's needs that defensive stand here.
Inside.
2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Snap. Luna's going to keep it. And wide open running lanes again for Luna. He might take this to the house again, and he's going to, I do believe, nobody there to stop him. That is the danger of that running out of that spread out formation, is it does spread that defense out. You get your defenders, when you got 2 receivers stacked kind of on each side of the field, you spread your cornerbacks way out to the edges. Then you've got your linebackers in there. They're getting caught up in the wash, and it's leaving basically your safety the only person to try to catch him, and Luna is tough to bring down. That extends that score to 42-21. It's been all Wildcats in the second half. A couple of unfortunate turnovers for St. Mary's. Changed the flow and the momentum of this game drastically. 1 receiver, 2 receiver to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. Fumbled snap. Luna's going to scoop it up, and geez, he just runs it right in. Lumberjacks couldn't get off their blocks as the ball was on the ground. Luna had time to get that ball scooped up, and it's now 44-21. Wildcats have now doubled up the score here as things falling apart just a bit. Lots of good out of this game despite this. I was really hoping for a lot closer finish, or maybe even the win. It was looking like St. Mary's might be able to do it, and it has come down to the turnovers so far on this one for the most part. 2 turnovers for the Lumberjacks, none for the Wildcats. Lumberjacks, though, we know they won't give up to the last whistle regardless of the score, so they're going to come out here and they're going to do everything they can to try to get into that end zone and cut into this lead. Gibson Badgett back deep for the Lumberjacks. Colby Luna for the kickoff. See what Lumberjacks do in this next offensive set. Kick is off to the far side. Going to be fielded at about the 11. Badgett's going to bring it to the near side. Finds a crease down the sideline. Big hit down here on the sideline by the number 64 of O'Neill. Badgett took that like a champ as well. Nice return by Badgett. I'm going to call Badgett the Energizer Bunny, or like a Timex. Takes a look and it keeps on ticking. That's all the way up to the 41. Nice return. 28 yards for Jared Badgett. And a big tackle by Tom O'Neill for the Wildcats. Still into the wedge for the Lumberjacks. Holder takes a snap. This time he is going to throw. He's got somebody coming off his blind side. He gets the pass out there. It's going to be batted away by Rainio. Good coverage. They just about had a good connection there with Hill, and I think there's guys talking smack over there and trying to maybe goat Hill into something, and he just was doing his thing going back to the huddle as these guys are all coming around tonight. The way he looked back at a couple of them, I could tell they were probably jabbering at him a little bit. Second 10 for St. Mary's. Same formation, still into the wedge. Snap, the handoff to Gibson. Gibson finds a small crease, and he's going to power forward up to the 50. Picks up 9 on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 1. And this game, like I mentioned earlier, they've always kind of been a rivalry back in the 3A level. And even after St. Mary's moved down, it's still kind of been a rivalry, but that true rivalry is renewed now that they are back in the same league. Same formation. See if they keep it with Holder this time and push the pile. Snap. No, they're going to hand it off. First man through. He spins off a guy. They're going to get some push there, and I think they pick it up just barely as they get it to Ethan Kohler. And a little bit of second effort and some help from his buddies pushing him forward. Gets a couple of yards up to the 48. It's a first down. Kohler a little shaken up as he gets up and comes off the field. Might have had his wind knocked out of him. First and 10 for the Lumberjacks from the Wildcat 48. Same formation. Oh, false start, I do believe. I believe that was the number 8 of Wesley Vanderhoff moving a bit early for the Lumberjacks. Break makes it first and 15. Oh no, that was called against the Wildcats. I will correct that. I thought that was going to be called against St. Mary's. So it's going to be a run on the next play. Did not see who carried the ball for St. Mary's, but they picked up 2 yards. Craig, did you see who carried that? That was Trey Gibson with the carry for the Lumberjacks. Another run for some Lumberjacks, and it's going to be Logan Darnold this time for the carry for the Jacks. No gain, I do believe. Maybe a gain of 1. 3rd and 2. Lumberjacks sticking with their wedge. Holder under center. Takes a snap. Holder keeps it. Oh, guy's just jumping up onto the pile. All I see is a Wildcat planking the top of the pile moving down the field. And Holder's going to get the first down by quite a bit. It was just like he was surfing up there as the whole pile moved down the field, and the Wildcat player was just sitting up there relaxing, kind of. And gets the ball down to the 30. Wedge formation still for St. Mary's. Holder under center. Takes the snap, pitches it out. Logan Darnold gets some blockers out in front of him, but is going to be tripped up short on a short gain. Couple yards. Logan Darnold has been subbed in there for Ethan Kohler. I check it out there and see where he's at. Same formation for St. Mary's, 2nd and 8. Quick snap as they get things moving quickly. This time I think it was Holder with the ball, and he's tackled a few yards back. There's a big old pile of bodies about 5 more yards up the field. So it's going to be down to the 20. It's not a first down. It's 3rd and 1. Third and 1, 3rd and 2, something like that. Same formation for the Lumberjacks. Hand off to Gibson. Gibson tries to hurdle a guy, and he does so. Picks up some extra yardage. Gibson running hard all night long, and that's a first down for the Lumberjacks. Down to the 16. 4-yard pickup. Again, wedge formation. Down to about 2 minutes. Going to have a run, Vanderhoff off the left side, powers into the number 22 of Dayton Bauer as he just put his body into him. Short pickup of 5, medium pickup, 5 yards up to the 11. 2nd and 5 for Lumberjacks. Minute 45 to go. Pitch out to Darnold. Darnold finds a hole, and he finally gets tripped up. I think he got the first down, though. 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks. I think the ball is on the 12. That doesn't make, no, down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for St. Mary's from the 6. Minute and a half and counting. Holder takes a snap, pitches it. Oh, ball is loose. Ethan Kohler couldn't quite handle that toss, and the Wildcats fall on it. Colby Luna with the recovery for Kellogg. Well, that's been the story of the second half for Lumberjacks in this one. It's been the turnovers. Unfortunate turnovers for St. Mary's. 3 fumbles. Minute 15, Wildcats. See what the Wildcats even do here. I don't. See if the Wildcats just kneel or if they're going to run some plays here. I mean, I don't think St. Mary's would bother. They're going to have a little toss action to Luna. Colby Luna. And he's going to get rode out of bounds, tackled by several Lumberjacks. I'm going to try to see who that last one is there to get off pilots. 56 of Roan Ford. Looks like no gain on the play. Second and, oh, it was a gain of about 3. So 2nd and 7 now it shows on the scoreboard. Ball is on the 15-yard line. And the Wildcats are going to kneel it. And run the clock out. So this was first, a tale of 2 halves kind of in this one. A terrific, exciting, fun first half. Second half was still pretty fun, but just didn't come out the way for the Lumberjacks here in league play on the first night of league play. Excellent game, though, still for Lumberjacks. Lots of stuff to take away from it on the positive side. Just those turnovers, ball security is key in these types of matchups where you've got to trade score for score. You cannot be the team that coughs the ball up, and that showed here tonight. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back and give you a quick recap.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action? Heck, yes, that'd be awesome. Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community? Obviously, yes. Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
And we are back here with our post-game wrap-up. Lumberjacks come away with the wrong end of that one, 44-21 in favor of the Kellogg Wildcats. And like I said, tell of two halves really in this game, tell of turnovers. It was a great battle though, and it was a pretty fun game regardless of the outcome, honestly. Two great teams. You got a heck of an athlete in Colby Luna and Ripley Luna. Just those senior guys on that roster for the Wildcats are very, very talented players. The scoring looked like this in the second half. It was all Wildcats. 8:02 to go, third quarter. The Wildcats scored on a 3-yard pass to Meredith from Luna. The pass, 2-point try was no good. That made it 22-21. In the fourth, 11:09 to go, it was a 15-yard touchdown pass from Luna to Rainio. That made it 30-0. The 2-point conversion, or 30-21. The 2-point conversion was good. And then on the 9:03 in the fourth, it was a 40-yard run by Luna. Ripley Luna gave the score 36-21 with the no good extra 2-point try. And then 6:46 to go fourth, it was a touchdown run again by Ripley Luna. And a 2-point conversion was good by Luna. And that made the score 44-21. The Wildcats ended up racking up 350 total yards on the night. They ran 33 plays. They averaged about 11 yards per play. 236 yards passing for the Wildcats. 122 yards rushing. 236 yards on the receiving side. They averaged almost 16 yards per catch. 20 first downs for Kellogg. They were 1 for 4 for third downs for 25%, 2 for 2 on fourth downs for 100%. And for the Lumberjacks, 277 total yards on the night, 62 plays ran. They averaged just about 5 yards per play. They had no completions, just 2 pass attempts on the night. 3 fumbles lost for the Lumberjacks, and that was really the killer in the second half for St. Mary's. They did get 1 sack, I think 2 sacks on the night against the Wildcats. 24 first downs for St. Mary's. All 21 of them by rushing and 3 by penalty. 5 of 11 on third down conversions for 45%. 3 for 4 on third down conversions for 75%. So very good on that side. I don't think St. Mary's had any big chunk plays tonight. I don't think they had anything over 20 yards. So probably no big plays to add to that stat for St. Mary's. Individually, Ripley Luna, 15 out of 18, 236 yards and 4 touchdowns. I'm going to say that kid's a stud. He is an excellent quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him playing at the next level, to be completely honest with you. Ripley Luna also led the Kellogg Wildcats in rushing, 10 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he basically had the rushing yards. Dayton Bauer had 13 yards on 2 carries. Going over to the Lumberjack side of things, Dylan Holder had 2 pass attempts, did not get a completion tonight. One of those was a pass interference call that did give St. Mary's a first down. Trey Gibson carried the brunt of the runs for St. Mary's, 24 carries, 116 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry, and had 1 touchdown. Dylan Holder, he had 14 carries for 91 yards, 6.5 yards per carry for him. He had 1 touchdown. Ethan Kohler had 11 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. Damian Vanderrob, 7 carries for 27 yards. Logan Donald, 3 carries for 9. Jared Badgett, 1 for 1. Tackling, not 100% accurate, but Jared Badgett flying all over like a madman. 6 tackles tonight, all of them solo tackles. Roan Ford had 2.5 tackles. Trey Gibson had a tackle and a half. Tristan Hill, tackle and a half. Damian Vanderrob, tackle and a half. Wicks had a tackle, as did Anderson, Wesley Vanderrob, and Logan Donald. Those numbers, of course, not full off perfect tonight because of the view. And the new kicker for the Lumberjacks, Grayson Sands, a great night, 3 for 3 on extra points. That's going to do it for us. Don't forget to come out, cheer on the Lumberjacks tomorrow as their soccer team is going to be taking on the St. George out of Washington. And the games are girls at noon, boys at 2 o'clock down at St. Mary City Park soccer fields. Good luck to the Lumberjack varsity and JV volleyball teams as they head to Grangeville tomorrow afternoon for some volleyball action. And then we will, of course, try to have Vandals on tomorrow as well and Seahawks on Sunday. A full slate of weekend sports on 1240 KOFE St. Mary's. For Sandra back at the studio, I'm Tim Parrish. Have a great night and a great weekend. Even though we came out on the losing side tonight by a score of, 44-21, it was a heck of a ball game tonight. So looking forward to the Timberlake Tigers coming home into St. Mary's next week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next time.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!